Welcome to another episode of the Discovering the World podcast. I am your host, Bo Bartholomew, and with me is my co-host, Jasper.
Today we are going to be talking about the history of music and our personal history with music.
This is our first episode in a long series that we are going to be having, where we are going to be bringing on some of our music expertise people and a lot of our knowledge and put it into an audio, maybe visual file form.
In a series.
Yes.
For us.
So, Jasper is going to start because she said she had some things about the beginning of music.
So, music originally started out in the caveman era just as a sort of mating call, essentially. It started out in a very, this is an odd topic, but like a sexual manner. It was a way that people got together. It was a mating call in that times, and music started out just as body percussion, where they would slap their legs or clap, and that would be their way of communicating with each other. And that catapulted into what we know music as today.
Yeah. And then from that period up until 1400 was the medieval era of music, and then from 1400 to 1600 was the Renaissance of music, and then 1600 to 1750 was the classical era, and that's Baroque. Then 1750 to 1820 was classical, 1820 to 1900 was the Romantic era, and then 1900 to today was the 20th/21st century, or the modern age of music. And yeah, do you have a favorite age or era of music?
I think either the Romantic era or the 20th and 21st century era of music, because you have some great pieces that came out of the Romantic era, but then more recently, since the 1900s and forward, music has just been so vastly different and things have been explored. You had the discovery of the Beatles and Michael Jackson and Ozzy Osbourne, which are huge names in, music, and also creating different genres of music. Beatles can be, in my personal opinion, is one of, in the modern era, the most influential bands in music, just because they created a pathway for so many different genres to be created.
Yeah. And for me, my favorite is just flat out the Romantic era, because it, from classical to medieval, everything was so structured, and everything's going to be very...
It had to be this
It had to be this way. And then the Romantic era came, and it was, but what if we put more emphasis on having emotion in music? And what if music was less about the structure of it and more of the using music to show why we have music? And so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that the very, 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 very short version of the history of music is, very short. Today's episode is sponsored by Dave's Mirror Factory, where what you see is what you get, and if you don't like what you see, then blame your mom.
Okay. Great segment.
Yep, that it did not transfer well from the Instagram.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It works. Alright. Bo, what's your life update?
Oh, well, this week was really, really busy. I ushered on Monday, and we went and saw See How They Run, and that was good. And then the Tuesday, I don't even remember what happened on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. Yesterday on Friday, I performed with the University of Utah choirs, or all madrigals did. We were invited to an invitational with them, and we performed Gloria by John Rutter, which is a 17-minute song, and it is 3 movements long, but it's really hefty, and
It's a lot.
it's a really good song, but it's really long, and we did it, and we survived, and yeah, we did that. And then I just went and saw my sister's show at Centerpoint, and that was really good. So yeah, what's your life update?
Not much. I've been directing a 1-act, which has been a lot of fun and very time consuming. I dove headfirst into My Little Women rehearsals, and I can't wait for that show. And other than that, just homework and trying to get through senior year.
Yeah, seems like both of us are trying to just make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll probably have to schedule our interview because Miss Bear is going to Brazil with the tab. Oh no. Anyways, and that concludes the life update. Okay, so according to my mother, I came out of the womb singing or conducting an orchestra. It changes every time.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah. So music has always been a part of my life, and that is always an introduction point for me. And so it would be no surprise for somebody to know that I have played piano for 9 years. I've played the organ for, I think, 4 years now. I tried violin for a year. It did not go well. I played guitar for a year. That also did not go well.
Right.
And let's see, I've been in choir since kindergarten. And as of recently, I am doing an internship where I am now a choir teacher. In my sophomore year of high school, I started to like I had always had all of these weird like melodies in my head that I would take from regular songs that I've like heard, and I would like change them up to the point where it was like a whole new arrangement. And so my sophomore year, I started to try to change them up and try to write them down. So in my sophomore year, I found out that I'm actually somewhat good at arranging music. And since then, turns out I'm really good at it. Um, it takes a second.
Yeah.
Obviously. But yeah, so I've been doing that for 3 years, but yeah, music is just part of my life, and I'm obsessed. I go to music and spoken word every week in person, and I'm going to go to college and major in music education. So I don't know if I'm going to either get a master's or a doctorate in that. Who knows? It'll be fun. I think it'd be fun to get a doctorate, so people will have to refer to me as doctor,
Nerd.
so that my sister, when she's a doctor and people have to refer to her as doctor, it'll be fun if then people also have to refer to me as doctor.
Dude,
Or then, like, we see each other and I'm like, hey, doctor. And she's like, doctor.
nerd.
Yeah, but my mother also wants me to make a Instagram account and preload it with 700 something videos of me singing,
Oh my god.
and have them scheduled for every day. while I'm gone on my mission. It will probably not happen, Mother. I hope you're listening to this. It's
But
probably not going to happen.
you never know.
I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can learn 700 songs.
Oh my god, that would be
She wants 700 different songs preloaded, videoed on Instagram, and scheduled to be sent out.
better start getting on it, I guess.
I don't even. Oh, but yeah. So my upcoming music things are my most recent upcoming is I'm conducting the choir that I'm what is it,
Interning for it.
interning for at their training festival, and so my conducting will be graded, and then after that we'll have choir region festival, and then we'll have our choir concert, but probably somewhere in there will be my piano recital where I'll be playing an arrangement of mine, and then the very first, really surprising, very first romantic period piece that I have ever played. So, yeah,
Jeez.
and that's really my history of music
Yeah.
in a nutshell. Well, that and I've entirely forgot that I've done musical theater ever since like third grade, but yeah, that's it.
Nice. Um, my history is not as much as his. But my mother worked for the Tabernacle Choir in Temple Square, so I grew up listening to them. Um, and when I was about 5 years old, I think, I got into musical theater, and ever since then, it's been a lot of community theater and school theater, just kind of whatever's available. I've taken choir since I was in, like, first grade or whenever they first offered it in my elementary school, and I've stuck with it ever since, and I don't have much music history, though, I don't know. Oh, I play the standing bass and drums and guitar and a few other instruments and all that, and that's kind of my history, not as vast as his.
Well, let's do a quick shout out of all of our directors.
Yeah, good.
So, let's see. I had Miss Dalrymple, and then I had, oh shoot, crap. I don't remember all these people's names. It's been a long time. And then in junior high, I had Miss Bradbury, but then I went to Miss Fawcett. Then in high school, I had Miss Bradbury again. And yeah, so I've had Miss Bradbury for a long time, but then I've also had Mr. Chaston conduct me, and I've had Miss Bear, and I've also been under the baton of Mr. or Dr. Ryan Murphy
Doctor.
and also Dr. Schmidt. So, yeah, that's been really fun.
Yeah. Um, for me in elementary school, it was always Miss Johnson, who was our librarian who also taught choir.
Mhm.
And then in junior high, it was the same as Bo. I had Miss Bradbury and then switched to Miss Fawcett. And then in high school, I came back to Miss Bradbury. Um, and similar to Bo, I've been under the baton of Mr. Chaston and Mrs. Smith
Oh, yeah.
and Dr. Ryan Murphy.
Yeah.
And that's all
Oh,
the directors.
and I've also been, because we've also done other choirs outside of high school. We've both done community choirs as well,
Yeah.
random ones. I did a choir for general conference last year. So that one was Dr. Anderson. So
Mhm.
that one, and yeah, so expect within a couple weeks, maybe possibly even more. Um, we're hopefully going to have interviews from Miss Bear, Mr. Chaston, and Miss Bradbury.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Pinky swear.
Can't wait.
Crossed our fingers, and maybe we'll possibly try for Murphy if we want to.
Might as well.
Might as well. Shoot for the stars, or shoot for the moon, but if we miss, we'll land among the stars. Thanks for joining us this week. Be sure to check out our website, discoveringtheworld.org.
And make sure to check us out on Instagram at Discovering the World Pod.
Be sure to join us next time. We can't wait to have you.
Can't wait. Bye.